I know I usually talk about romance anime, but today I want to talk about a romance manga that I've been reading, one that has absolutely taken over my soul, Akira Falling in Love. I do remember this series getting a ton of promotion when it first came out, and I never really gave it a chance. I honestly feel a bit dumb for waiting so long to read it. If you want more anime and manga content like this, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. With that being said, let's get into the video. This series follows our two main characters, and we'll start off with our male lead, Hajime. I absolutely love this guy. He's nothing special, but he's hilarious. He follows the dense romance anime protagonist formula, but for him, it really works. He isn't secretly super smart. I would even call him an idiot. He's naturally athletic without even trying to be, very headstrong about everything, and he speaks extremely openly. If you ask him any question, he will absolutely tell you exactly what's on his mind. Now let's talk about the female main character, Akira Momose. She's viewed as this perfect person who can do literally anything. And while that's mostly true, it also isn't. She excels academically. That's definitely true. She's also extremely beautiful, which is undeniable as well. But she isn't perfect. When it comes to being open about her feelings, she completely falls apart. That's a pretty normal thing in romance manga, but I think it works especially well here because the author writes everything extremely well. Momose is an incredibly popular student who can normally speak to people just fine. She's at the top of her class, confident around others, and seems almost flawless. But all of that completely crumbles whenever she wants to talk to her crush, Hajime. Around him, she can barely formulate what she wants to say. She comes up with entire plans just to speak to him, and even when she does that, she can't properly talk to him anyway, because she just gets very nervous. And it's so freaking funny to me. And I didn't mention it earlier, Hajime likes her too. He's liked her ever since they were kids, so the two of them constantly ending up in these weird situations that are sometimes completely unexplainable, while sometimes they fall into classic romance manga tropes. There are moments where Akira acts normal around him, but most of the time her face gets super awkward whenever she's near Hajime. It's hilarious because Hajime has no idea how to interpret her expressions, so he always thinks she's either mad at him or in a bad mood, because she will call him out to the most random spots, and he just doesn't know what he did wrong. But really, it's just her trying her absolute best to get him to like her. It's very cute and funny. It's honestly really wholesome stuff. Like I said, she comes up with all these little plans just to get closer to him. She's had plans to ask him about his favorite food, plans to hug him, plans to whisper to him, just the kind of stuff you'd expect from a girl with a crush in high school. What I really like about this series though is that, unlike a lot of romance manga, both main characters already like each other from the start. Usually romance series take the approach of the characters slowly developing feelings over time, and while I enjoy that too, this series does something a bit different. They both already have feelings for each other, but neither of them has any clue the other person feels the same way. And usually in romance manga it's painfully obvious when one character likes another, to the point where you should feel like the other protagonist should already know about it. But in this series, Akira acts so awkward around Hajime that it makes complete sense why he had zero idea that she likes him. And Hajime is the kind of guy who talks to everybody, so from Momose's perspective, how would she know that he is into her, right? Being honest with you, I'm addicted to this series now. One of my favorite romance manga of all time is Komi Can't Communicate, and this definitely gives me similar vibes, although on a different scale. Komi struggled to communicate with everyone, not just her crush, while Akira mainly just struggles with her speech when she's around Hajime. And whenever I look at this series online, I always see Komi being recommended alongside it, so I know I can't be the only one who's making that comparison. I also didn't really talk about them, but the side characters, they're great too. They're funny, they have their own personalities, and they add a lot to the story. But the main thing I love is the dynamic between Hajime and Akira. It's pretty obvious that they're going to end up together eventually because they both already like each other, right? Even if the series throws in some relationship drama or a love triangle later, the manga is literally named after her, like I said. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. If you want more in-depth manga reviews or recommendations, just let me know in the comments. I like keeping my videos relatively spoiler-free for the most part because I want other people to experience these moments in the series just the way I did. I genuinely think that this series is going to get an anime adaptation at some point. The art style is too good. The character dynamic is too hilarious, and I'm reading a lot of manga right now, probably too many. So the fact that I made an entire video about this one should tell you how I really enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching, and I guess I'll see you in the next one.